Please be seated. I can't think of a more fitting gospel for this morning for what we are unrolling here today. In a moment, I'm going to give the floor to two former senior wardens, Kitty Bartholomew and Arthur Kazianis. Nicodemus was steeped in his religion, in his faith, but something wasn't working for him. Had it been working for him, he would not have risked, by night sneaking out and drawing close to this figure, Jesus, because he could recognize in the very person of Jesus something that was new and a little intimidating. Because what he could see in Jesus was not someone who was pointing to scripture or authority or tradition to say, this is real, God is real, and Jesus embodied that of which he spoke. Even without speaking, there was something about what he embodied that Nicodemus could recognize, but he couldn't quite name. And so he comes and he inquires, and Jesus speaks of the Spirit. It's Trinity Sunday, and I'm trying to keep this brief, and I'm thinking about the light bulb, the electricity, and the source of power. And it seems that up until Jesus kind of came onto the scene, the thought that you and I, call us the light bulb that is not glowing, could conceivably connect directly with the source, and this Spirit be conveyed to us in a way that makes that relationship manifest, was, I guess, unprecedented and not something that one would imagine you could even do. And Nicodemus sees that happening in Jesus, and Jesus sort of turns the table on him in some sense and says, you too, Nicodemus, and sort of each and every one of us can feel that electricity and have our bulb turned on so that anyone, whether we speak or not, could recognize that not only is that source of power real, but that each and every one of us has the privilege of accessing that and thereby manifesting in our lives those qualities that we all admire but sometimes are befuddled knowing how do you sustain ongoing forgiveness and understanding and gentleness and kindness and patience and joy and love and all that exuded from Jesus with effortlessness baffled Nicodemus. Today we are going to hear our words spoken aloud that raises right up to the surface for all to see what we hold dear. And it's like a coming out party. We are making this known. We're making our hearts and minds known publicly. And we're going to be asked now to live up to that. We're being called. Who shall I send? We're going to send each and every one of you. The church will not continue into the future unless each and every one of us manifests what is real and what we can have an intimate Abba relationship with. And so have our person, that which manifests, gives evidence, authentic, real. People want to knock on this. They want to say, are you just talking about stuff here? Or is it real? And it is real. It is real. I can do a whole nother sermon, this isn't meant to be a sermon, on being right here now and how it's when you are fully present that we begin to tap into the electricity. But in the meantime, I'm going to turn it over to Kitty and Arthur. I'm so excited that with all the amazing, thorough, prayerful, loving work, we've got something here that is so real that it just has me kind of feeling some electricity. Kitty and Arthur, please, come forth.